Tonight, stick your head out of the window and watch one of the greatest shows on Earth, because hundreds of meteors are expected to rain down over Britain in the most spectacular display since 1933, and there's a good chance that you'll be able to see it with the naked eye. And here to tell us about it is astronomer Patrick Moore. Good morning.
Good morning.
Problems with your monocle?
Well, in point of fact, you know, I'm not sure about tonight. We may have a really good shower of meteors, we may not. It's, I think the chances are 40%.
40%, but we will be able to see it within the naked eye.
Yes.
So you just...
Telescopes are quite useless, because they're too quick. The point is here, we're going through the trail of a comet called Giacobini-Zinner. And occasionally it gives us really good meteor showers, as it did in 1933 and again in 1946. On the other hand, I don't want to raise your hopes. You may see nothing at all, but it's a chance, and we may have a really good display of cosmic fireworks.
Which way should we be looking, or will it be all over
North,
the sky?
they come from the constellation of Draco, so sometimes they call the Draconid meteors, but they may appear all over the sky. So look in the general direction of the north, and you may see them.
Oh, of course, if it's not cloudy.
Cloudy or quite useless. You can't see a thing then, of course.
Yeah. And what sort of time do you think this will be?
Well, after dark, the peak should be round about between 10 and 11 o'clock tonight, so they should be at their peak then.
Right, and if we miss it, we've got a chance to see another lot on
November 17th. Oh yes, the Leonid meteor, that's far more likely, I think. Tonight, I estimate the chances of a really good shower being round about 40%. Because photographers, if you go out, point the camera at the sky, leave the shutter open, and we do get a shower, you'll get some lovely meteor trails.
Right, and it's all going to be over, presumably, in 5 minutes? 5 minutes?
No, it may go on for some time. If there's a good shower at all, it may last for an hour or two.
You described it as a cosmic firework display. That's literally as it will
appear, if it works. Well, a meteor is a tiny particle, usually smaller than a grain of sand, dashing into the upper air at anything up to 45 miles a second. It rubs against the air particles and sets up so much heat by friction that it burns away. And that's all a shooting star is, a tiny particle burning away in the Earth's upper air. By the time it's come down to about 40 miles above the ground, it's burnt out.
Sure.
So the actual thing that they've all broken off from, though, we had pictures earlier on, it looked like this huge oyster. In fact, there it is, look, the huge oyster. So what is that? That's just
that's an artist's impression, of course. It's a comet, let's say, called Giacobini-Zinner, discovered originally by an Italian named Giacobini, discovered by a German named Zinner, that's why it's called that. A kind of dirty ice ball.
And it just keeps on going round.
It's a dirty ice ball, really. A comet, you see, is a very low mass, a mixture of ice and rubble. And as it goes round, it leaves this trail.
And when they come down, you say they just burn out. So they have no impact on the Earth at all. I mean,
no, they end their journey to the ground in the form of very fine dust. Now and then they make much larger things which land with a whack, are called meteorites, and they make craters, but they're not connected with comets, and they are not connected with this shower, so there's absolutely no danger from this one.
And how unusual is it to have two meteor showers so close together, this one and then the November?
It is rather unusual, it just happens that way.
Yeah. Now, just finally...
Right, we get quite a number of showers each year. The first fortnight of August, you're bound to get good showers from the Perseids, and we get many meteors every year, but they're spread all around the comet orbit, so we can rely upon those.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting time, actually, for astronomers, isn't it? Because we've got the total eclipse of the sun here
next year. August the 11th, yes, that's down in Devon and Cornwall, but of course, I'm afraid Cornwall's going to be gridlocked.
Yes, it is. I understand that all the hotel rooms are all
well, if you miss
booked.
that total eclipse here and you stay in England, you can have another one in the year 2090.
2090?
Oh, well,
yes.
Oh, good, I'll definitely be around for that. And just before you go, I was reading The Independent today, and I understand that the BBC has actually, lost the broadcast that you did with James Burke on the first moon landing.
I believe so, yes. I was actually on the air when they came down. I heard Neil's voice coming through, the Eagle has landed, and I felt overwhelming relief. First time it had been done. Had they made a faulty landing, they couldn't have got back. So when I heard that coming through, I was immensely relieved. So I think that's been lost.
What's your reaction to that? I mean, the BBC having lost something like that, I mean, hardly inconsequential event, was it?
Well, I don't like using obscene language on the air, so I won't say.
But you're not impressed, Patrick?
You could say that.
You're not impressed, OK. You're deeply underwhelmed by that.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. An incredible event. I remember being dragged in to watch that in 1969.
Yes, I remember sitting in the newspaper office hoping I didn't misquote him. Yeah. rather important quote, that one. Right.
Patrick Moore, thank you very much for coming in, and we shall be out. I'll be out on my bike.
And let's hope for clear skies tonight. And let's hope for a decent shower.
A decent shower.
And a wonderful firework.
A meteor shower, not a wet one.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks very much. And that's a lot from us for today.
Lorraine, of course.